We hear a lot, oh, we talk polar bears is like the poster child, and everybody's kind of tired about hearing about polar bears. Now, I like birds, and I've got a lot of friends who are birders. But truly, I think the Kittzlitz murrelet is a bird that, it's headed in decline because of the decline of the glaciers. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So if you can think about having some sort of disaster that drives you from your home. So if you live in an area where there are forest fires or tornadoes or hurricanes and your home is destroyed, and how devastating that would be to lose what you own. The advantage for us as humans is we're quite adaptable. We can move, we're mobile, we have the resources to do that. But not all animals are as lucky as we are in our ability to adapt. And the Kittzlitz murrelet is one of those animals. It is an animal that only lives in fjords that have active tidewater glaciers, meaning a glacier that is in the water, calving at the face and putting all those nutrients in the water. The murrelet is a neat little bird. It's a tiny little alcid, so it's related to the big charismatic puffins. It's a bird that's more comfortable underwater. It's a diver, it flies well underwater. But the Kittzlitz murrelet only will nest on bare rock that's near to the glacier. So kind of new land that's been uncovered recently by the glacier as it retreats, and they like to nest in those areas. They're bare rock nesters. They don't really build much of a nest. Their egg blends in really well. But what we find is when we look for Kittzlitz murrelets, we don't find Kittzlitz murrelets in any other place except that fjord. So we can have 3 or 4 fjords in a row. The only one that will have Kittzlitz in it has an active tidewater glacier. So when that tidewater glacier pulls up, the Kittzlitz murrelet's gone. So if there are nearby tidewater glaciers, of course they'll move to that area. The concern is that as the tidewater glaciers become less and less, the population will decline more. So they don't have that luxury that we do to just back up and move, because there are other types of murrelets that are occupying other zones. And so while we may be able to put up with each other getting packed in closer and closer as we might lose space where we live, the Kittzlitz murrelet, of course, doesn't have that luxury. It's can't compete with the murrelets that are already there.
So the glacier that's behind us right now, the Harding Glacier, it's kind of on these bare rocks on either side of the glacier that the Kittzlitz murrelets would be nesting in when they're in their nesting season.
Absolutely right, Sarah May. You'd find them right on the kind of the sheer cliff walls right next to glaciers. And the Harding ice field behind us does have quite a few tidewater glaciers, but the majority of them now have pulled away. So what at one time were hundreds of tidewater glaciers, I think we're down now to less than 20 that are actively calving in the water.
So wait, I just want to clarify. At one time there were hundreds of active tidewater glaciers in this area, and now we're down to about 20.
Probably 20 or less, yeah. So, and of course that change has come over a longer period of time, but now we're seeing that rate accelerating much faster as the climate is changing. Yeah.